If you're fed up of the scales looking like this and would prefer them to look like this, well, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. And there are a few reasons why this could be happening. Have you ever lost weight, felt amazing, and then a few weeks later, suddenly the scales have gone back up, you feel like you're back to where you started, and you feel completely deflated? Have you ruined all your progress? Is this a problem, or is it just part of the process? Today, I'm going to answer those questions that you may have if you've experienced this before, whether you should be worried, whether it is usual in a fat loss journey or a fat loss process, and I'm going to give you some tips and tricks and some ways you can avoid this from happening to mean you can continuously lose weight until you have achieved your fat loss or fitness goal and not have to go through motivation and then deflation when the scales change every single week. I've worked with hundreds of people that have faced this challenge, so if you've ever experienced it, you probably want to stick around. For anyone new around here, hi, I'm Joe. I'm a Team GB gymnast turned fat loss coach, and you might also recognize me from a show where I somehow managed to pick up that little bad boy. If at any point during this video, make sure you don't get distracted, watch the whole thing because it's going to help you. You want more advice on weight and fat loss, the first link in the description is going to tell you everything you could possibly need to know about weight and fat loss, and you can get it for absolutely free, whether it's to remind you of what's important or it's new information you're getting to get you started on your journey. And the second link is going to tell you a little bit more about how I work with people to help them achieve those goals. Before I tell you the biggest thing that I think causes this yo-yo pattern to occur when it comes to body fat or losing weight, let me start with something that you may not have thought of: unsustainable diets. When people start or they try to lose weight, lose body fat, they'll cut out all of their favorite foods. They'll follow a really strict diet plan. They might never eat carbs again. They say they're never going to drink any alcohol. And they create and follow a plan that has nothing to do with their life. It doesn't fit around what they do, taking the kids to school, going out for a meal with their partner on Saturday or on the weekend, or all of the enjoyment, and they suck it up like a enjoyment sucking vacuum. And this means the likelihood that they're going to do it for more than 2-3 weeks maximum is so small. They're giving themselves no chance to succeed, but every single chance to fail. It works in the short term. They see a little bit of a decline, they see a little bit of progress, but unless they are the most determined, self-motivated, driven person who can put themselves into a horrible place and deal with it for months on end, they end up going straight back to where they started in terms of the habits and the foods they're used to for comfort, for enjoyment, after they've gone through such a harsh phase. And it's not sustainable. It's not going to work on the longer term. The problem isn't willpower. It's that the diet's temporary. And a temporary diet will give you temporary results. You need to stop thinking about going on a diet. You need to think about how you can build small, simple habits that are going to chip away at that goal consistently and sustainably for the rest of the year, every single day. And this very next point is going to delve exactly into how you do it. And I said that I think it's the biggest reason people go up and down on the scales week in, week out. Most people lose weight or lose body fat without ever actually fixing what exactly caused it. It's the behaviors and the habits and that routine in their life. And if they don't fix this, the problems don't go away. The weight was never the problem. It was a sign of the habits and behaviors underneath it. If you overeat, you turn to food when you're stressed, bored, or emotional, and you never address that, no matter how good the diet is, the weight or the body fat will always come back. You need to build systems, structure, a routine into your life that you can stick to day by day without removing all of those enjoyment bits from life. Losing weight by cutting everything you enjoy out of life and never understanding why you gained it in the first place or why your lifestyle and habits caused this is like trying to mop the floor without turning the tap off. You're not actually fixing anything. To battle this, you need to learn how your body actually works, what energy balance is, what a calorie deficit is, how to put your body in the actual perfect place to ensure you are losing weight and body fat week on week, how active you are. You need to build into your lifestyle movement, to burn calories, you need to be following a good structured training plan to get all the benefits from that and actually build a physique that when you lose body fat, you lose a little bit of weight, it reveals a good structure and the physique you want. There are so many other parts and bits that go into the results that you want, the body fat reduction results, the fitness goal you have, other than just being on a really strict diet, keto, not eating carbs for 6 weeks. Having the knowledge and having habits that mean you can sustainably stick to whatever it is you are working on, whether it is a fat loss phase or whether it's just maintaining a lean physique, it is so vital. When I was a gymnast, I constantly questioned whether I was lean enough. I had a bad relationship with food initially. I didn't know what foods I should be eating as a gymnast. I didn't know that if I ate more food, had more energy coming in than I was burning day to day, I would be putting on weight, storing body fat. My body wouldn't be using that body fat as energy. I didn't know any of this. And it wasn't until I understood that actually I need to learn about nutrition, because food is there to fuel your body, to help you perform. And it's exactly the same approach that I work with clients to build into their life. I'm not an expert nutritionist. That's not me. I just have experience with building healthy habits that are sustainable for fat loss, for weight loss, or working towards a fitness goal. And it is not cutting out everything you enjoy from life, cutting out carbs. It is knowledge, building sustainable habits that mean you can stick to them and you can absolutely smash the gym. You can enjoy life at the same time. Next point, there are other factors that affect and dictate your weight and fat loss other than just what you're consuming. For example, stress and sleep quality can massively affect the scales when it comes to how much you weigh and how much body fat you're storing. When your stress levels are high, your body produces more cortisol. When your cortisol levels are higher, your body stores more fat and your cravings can go through the roof. Poor sleep makes this worse. It can massively affect your hormones when it comes to fat and weight loss, and it can make it so much harder and so much more likely that you're going to want to crave and snack on things that are going to ultimately affect the scales. Don't overlook sleep and stress when it comes to trying to lose body fat or lose weight. It's super important. You work on those areas of your life as well. So here's another reason that you may not have even considered that is causing this. If you've been going through a period of intense dieting and maybe massively under consuming your calories, for example, and then you suddenly go back to a period of normal eating, whatever that looks like, your body's already adapted to that lower amount. So it completely changes everything. Your metabolism slows down, your hunger increases, and your body gets very good at storing fat. It's because you're basically putting your body into survival mode. This is where I see so many people go wrong with putting themselves in a massive deficit, consuming less calories than they are burning day to day, which is important for fat loss, but people go too extreme and put themselves in a massive deficit and put their body into survival mode. On top of that, if you're crash dieting and restricting your calories too much, you're going to lose a considerable amount of muscle mass, which is super important because when you have more muscle mass, obviously you're going to look greater. You've maybe got more aspects of that physique that you're looking to attain. Maybe it's broader shoulders, bigger glutes, whatever it is. But also your body is going to burn more calories and have a higher metabolism when you have more muscle mass. So when you go back to eating normally, your body may store more fat than it used to. This could be a rebound effect. We can always have periods of our life where we're more strict with our diet, maybe we track our calories, and then periods where we enjoy ourselves a little bit more and we're a bit more relaxed. But this is why I suggest this approach, because going through phases of strict dieting and then nothing, and then strict dieting is never going to be sustainable. And we're not training for a bodybuilding show. We're not absolutely getting ourselves to the 0.001%. We want to be able to enjoy our lives while feeling happier and more confident about our bodies every single day. As always, you need to keep your protein high to reduce the amount of muscle mass you are losing, and make sure you're following some form of resistance training to help prevent that a little bit as well. And this is where a lot of people get disheartened, even when they can be doing everything right. If you're eating well and training consistently, but you're not seeing the scales go down, you could actually be building muscle and losing body fat at the same time. But muscle weighs more than body fat, so the scales may barely move or not budge at all. And people think that they're failed and what they're doing isn't working because they can't actually see the changes that are happening to their body. This could be their clothes fitting better, them getting stronger in the gym, losing centimeters around their waist or hips or other sites across the body. This is why it's so important you don't just look at the scales, you look at other metrics that you can track. Progress pictures, these are my favorite and the best form of measuring progress. Measurements across the body, of course, different sites to track actually how that body composition is changing. And you should be tracking your weights, reps and sets in the gym to see if you are getting stronger, if you are progressing there as well. All these things are so important besides just looking at the scales. So next time you've been really focused on your nutrition, you've been training really hard, but you don't see a change on the scale, remember this video and remember it may not be the full picture. If you think that's helped and you want more weight and fat loss advice, the first link in the description, I've put everything you could possibly need to know about weight and fat loss into one place, and you can get it for absolutely free. Whether it's just a little reminder, you've been on a fitness or fat loss journey before and you want the key things put in front of you, or even if it is your first time and you're doing this, you can get everything you need to know in one place. First link, absolutely free. And the second link is going to tell you a little bit more about how I work with people to make this result a reality in a certain time frame, what you get, how much it is, where you can sign up, and hopefully I'll be working with you soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and YouTube's going to suggest a video right here that is probably debunking a fitness myth or helping you in some way, shape or form, so you should probably go and watch it.